Hey everyone, today we're looking at section 1.2 functions. We'll be going over problem number 9, number 10, and number 11. We're trying to evaluate functions at a specific x value. When I input 2, what is the output? Be careful, the graphs can get confusing, so make sure you know where you're going. 2 is the input, so I'm looking at the x-axis. I'm looking at 2. What's that corresponding output? 5. When -5 is the input, what's the output? -7. When -2 is the input, the output is 0. When 3 is the input, the output is 0. When 0 is the input, the output is 3. When -6 is the input, the output is 5. When 5 is the input, the output is 0. Now let's try to go backwards. What happens if the output is 5? What would you input to get that? So now you're looking at the y. I look at the y. When the output is 5, what is the input? Notice point A and point B both have the output of 5. So I look at A, the input is -6, and B, the input is 2. Then I look at 8. On the y, when the output is 8, what's the input? 1. When the output is 0, what's the input? So I have 3 inputs here, a -2, a 3, and a 5. When the output is -4, so I come here to -4, what's the input? -3. When the output is 3, what's the input? 0. And when the output is -2, what's the input? 4. Here you're given inputs and asked to find outputs. Make sure you're looking at the x-axis, x. Here you're given outputs and asked to find inputs, so make sure you're looking at the y-axis. Let's try problem 11. Answer the following using this graph. What is f of 4? When 4 is the x value, what's the corresponding y value? 1. When -3 is the x value, what's the corresponding y value? 5. What is the x value if the y is 8? So you've got to be careful. F of x equals 8. That's the same as saying y equals 8. What does x equal? Don't get confused by that function notation. Just think of that as when y is 8, what is x? When the output is 8, what's the corresponding input? -5. When the output is 2, what's the corresponding input? 1. So here's the output, there's the input. And when the output is 5, what's the corresponding input? -3. Don't get confused by the inputs, the outputs, the function notation, and the graph. Are you starting by looking at the x-axis, input values, or are you starting by looking at the y-axis, the output values? You've got this.